Qarth is a very distinct and interesting location in this story. It's the furthest east we've seen from this map, and probably ever will see. It's east of all the slaver cities, and south of the Red Waste, just north of the Jade Gates, which is the waters that separate the Summer Sea and the Jade Sea. A lot of merchant ships travel through here to get to the more mysterious cities further east. Qarth has grown wealthy from taxing them for passing through since it's under the control of this port city. That large island nearby is Great Marok, and it's the largest island in this world, so little else is written about it. The first description we get of Qarth when Daenerys approaches its walls states it as the center of the world. Qarth is the greatest city that ever was or ever will be, Pri had told her, back amongst the bones of Ostolaro. It is the center of the world, the gate between north and south, the bridge between east and west, ancient beyond memory of man, and so magnificent that Sathos the Wise put out his eyes after gazing upon Qarth for the first time, because he knew that all he saw thereafter should look squalid and ugly by comparison. Who knows if this Sathos the Wise really did blind himself, but Pri was right about the city's beauty.
Welcome to Qarth, my lady.
It's a colorful and lavish, paradise-like location, just outside of a desert wasteland. Qarth is best known for its triple walls, but this is Qarth, so even the defense against invaders is extravagant. The triple walls are why the city is impenetrable. This strong defense has allowed Qarth to focus on getting rich and powerful without worrying about invaders. Three walls incrementally increase in height. The outer wall is 30 feet high, made of red sandstone with animal engravings on it. The middle wall is 40 feet high, made of grey granite with engravings of war. The inner wall is 50 feet high, black marble with engravings of lovemaking. There's some copper on the outer wall, iron on the middle wall, and gold on the inner wall. Qarth's triple walls are so outstanding that a world traveler and writer from the past named Lamis Longstrider named them one of the 9 wonders made by man. But there's a lot more to Qarth than just some walls. Like I said earlier, it's like a paradise right by the desert. If Marine and the other slaver cities are like the cities in the Middle East in the real world, Qarth is more like Las Vegas. There are peacocks and camels and palm trees. There are merchants and market squares everywhere, selling things from spices to elephants. The houses and buildings are colorful and remarkably tall and thin. The House of the Undying is the next most defining landmark in Qarth after the triple walls. While everywhere you look in the city is bright and over the top, the House of the Undying is the exact opposite. We see this place in Game of Thrones, but the book's original description is very different from the show's adaptation. George Martin wrote it to be a low and long, ancient ruin with no other buildings around. All the snobby people of Qarth call it the Palace of Dust, and have a distaste and fear for the Warlocks that make this place their headquarters. The ruin is grey and falling apart, with no one bothering to make repairs. The House of the Undying coils around like a maze, with a grove of trees growing between it. These trees have blue inky leaves that the Warlocks make a drink called Shade of the Evening from. This thick blue liquid makes you hallucinate and turn your lips blue. Daenerys is the only POV character to enter this place, but she drank some Shade of the Evening before entering, so her descriptions are untrustworthy since she was high. The things she sees inside are bizarre and twisted. Daenerys wanted to meet with the Undying Ones, who are supposed to be ancient Warlocks who lead them. The ruin is far larger than it looks from the outside, and difficult to navigate, probably because of their magic. But she does eventually find the Undying Ones. They first fake their appearance to look beautiful and youthful, when in reality they are frail blue freaks who just want to suck the life out of Daenerys like vampires. Drogon ends up burning them along with their house. Many enter here but few ever leave, and without Drogon, Daenerys would have ended up like many who the Undying Ones drain life from. The Warlocks didn't live in this place, however. Only the Undying Ones did. There's a street in Qarth called Warlocks Way where they live in houses with no windows. The Warlocks are pale, but that's not a distinguishing characteristic in this city. The citizens are referred to as Qarthine, but they are descendants of a people called the Cathi, a tall and pale people. The Dothraki call them the Milkmen, and Qarth is the last of the Cathi cities. Qarth is commonly referred to as an ancient port city, and the citizens claim it to be the birthplace of civilization in this world. Its strength, beauty, and age have earned it the name the Queen of Cities, but they're just one of many to claim to be the birthplace of civilization in Essos, and I highly doubt it was Qarth since they relocated this far south of Essos because of ancient wars in the grasslands. So if you didn't know, the grasslands in Essos was this vast area before it became known as the Dothraki Sea. A group of people called the Sarnari, who also happened to be tall in stature and claimed to be the first civilization, warred with the Qarthi over the grasslands. The Sarnari won, with the Qarthi migrating further south. Over time, their new home slowly turned into a desert. The harsh desert climate, that is the Red Waste, destroyed their new cities and almost wiped them out. It was the Dothraki that finished the job. They sacked and destroyed their 4 surviving cities, only leaving Qarth because of how far they would have to cross the desert to reach here, and their infamous triple walls. Kholon was destroyed and renamed Vas-Kasar by the Dothraki, which means City of Spiders. Yeah, that's what the Dothraki did after they were done with their people and their home. They gave the location a demeaning name. One town was renamed Vas-Shirosi, meaning City of Scorpions. A small city was renamed Vas-Orvik, or City of the Whip. A ruined city we come across in the books is actually named by Daenerys. She calls it Vas-Doloro, meaning the City of Bones. And nearby just happens to be the large skeleton of a long dead dragon in the Red Waste Sands. The more I think about it, the more I realize how much the Qarthi and Sarnari have in common. The Dothraki also ravaged the kingdom of Sarnar, and now only one city remains, just like Qarth. During the more ancient times, Qarth was ruled by kings and queens, but now it's a little more complicated. The descendants of the ancient royalty are the Pureborn, who are one of the governing powers in the city. They rule from a place called the Hall of 1,000 Thrones. The Pureborn sit on their ancestors' chairs, which are massive and excessively decorated with jewels. The Pureborn compete amongst themselves over whose chair is more fabulous. They have command over the city's defense and fleet, but the Pureborns are just one of 4 who fight for dominance over the city's rule. The other 3 groups are very wealthy and successful merchants. There is the 13, the Ancient Guild of Spicers, and the Tourmaline Brotherhood. Some pirates are known to have come from Qarth, and the Tourmaline Brotherhood apparently is filled with them. Brooding over all 4 groups are the Warlocks. The Qartheen are all about being polite and fake.
Here he comes.
Forgive me, I had terrible dreams last night. Terrible dreams. I could not sleep until the sun was shining and the birds were singing. Look what a beauty you are now the red waste has been washed off you. I am sorry about all that unpleasantness.
A lot of the people have developed this strange skill to just cry at will whenever they're trying to be dramatic. They're so polite that the ancient guild of Qartheen assassins, called the Sorrowful Men, whisper, "I am so sorry" before making a kill. We see the Sorrowful Men hire to take out Daenerys, but are stopped by Barris and Selmy. Qarth has grown so powerful that it has settlements in the nearby area. Right in the body of water by the Jade Gates is a small island called Khal. The northeastern and southeastern coasts have been turned into fortified harbors because of all the passing ships that go by here. There's the town of Karkash nearby, and Port Yas further west, as Qarth's furthest settlement, but we don't hear much about these places. Even Qarth is just a quick pit stop during the second book and second season of the show. It's unlikely any POV character will travel back here, since it's so far from the real action in Westeros. But we'll definitely be seeing more of the Warlocks in the next book, which should be fun. Thanks for watching, guys.